I'm with torzsi at IEM Dallas after a hard-fought win over Falcons. First of all, you're heading straight to the semifinals. torzsi, tell me how you're feeling.
Yeah, I'm feeling amazing, especially after that comeback. Felt pretty good. It was a really exciting game, and I'm happy that we closed it up because I feel like sometimes we struggle in these situations, but we showed that at this moment we are really in shape and also mentally we are in the game, and I think it's really important, especially in front of a major. So yeah, I think it's a good showing from us.
I think what's especially impressive about this game is that your guys' record against Falcons since they've added MOUZ hasn't been too great. I think you're 0 for 4 in maps against them, but obviously this time you looked way better. Really good first map, really good comeback on the second map. What was the difference maker for you guys against Falcons this time?
Yeah, I think the big difference maker was the work we put in the last 2 weeks, because obviously there was another tournament, Astana, that we skipped, and we know that we are lacking behind Vitality and Falcons a little bit, for example, on Dust 2, and we put a lot of work on that map and also on the other maps that we were already really good at. But I think today it really showed that our Dust 2 improved a lot and we can play just like the top teams play on it. And I think that was a difference maker, showing up on Dust 2 lately. I think versus Falcons and Vitality, we lost it in the last 5 months. So now we won versus Falcons, and hopefully next time we can win versus Vitality as well. But yeah, I think that was the difference maker.
I was going to ask a little bit about Vitality because obviously that is the next step. Do you think, is there anything, so Dust 2 you mentioned is going to be a big factor in that matchup. Is there anything else that comes to mind you think is separating you between Falcons right now?
Yeah, I mean,
Or Vitality rather. But.
Yeah, I think also the communication was pretty good today and generally the last games, because we also put a big focus on it, like how we can have smoother communication, how can we have better callings, like better mid-run calls and things like this. And I think it also showed today, like if you need a comeback for 7 runs, like you are 5-12 down, you still need to believe in your teammates, but you also need to have really good communication to make a plan even when you are down, like it's hard to make plans when you are down 5-12 because you don't have money, you don't know what to do. So I think it also it was a big factor in that.
You guys have had, I mean, even other than this, you've had a pretty straightforward run generally, particularly in that Liquid game. You mentioned on broadcast, I was just a little curious about getting more insight on this. You mentioned that their game was a little bit easy to read just because of their sort of coach situation. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if you might be able to elaborate a little bit on that if possible, just playing against this team and what that's like.
Yeah, I mean, I think as I said it pretty well in the broadcast that I think like for Camille Shuha to really shine, he also needs a good coach to help him build a system, because I think it's really difficult to do it alone. I think it's really difficult for an IGL to build a full system alone and evaluate on the games, on practice, and get out the better things from practice. Like if you miss a flash or you do some bad rounds, then constantly look it back. And that's why a coach is there, that he can build this up and fix the mistakes. And of course they have a coach. I think if I'm correct, he's an analyst. So of course he helps them, but I think like a coach who can build a system and focus on the gameplay more could benefit them.
And then I'm a little bit curious about your guys' major plans at this point. You have playoffs for Dallas to focus on now, but you're going to be at stage 3 in the major. It's going to be here in the States. You're here right now. Are you planning on sticking around? Are you going to go back to Europe? What's sort of the thought process?
Yeah, we are going back after Dallas. Obviously now we are focusing on the Dallas. On the Dallas playoffs, we would like to lift the trophy. We would like to get some fans here, because the major will be next to here. So we want to show good in the arena as well, obviously, and we will do that, I'm pretty sure. And also after that we will go home, we will have a little break, maybe practice, and then we go for boot camp, and then we come to Texas.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much.